What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with a new Let's Talk About It video about a new movie from 2023. Probably was made in 2022 or a couple months ago. I don't know when it was made, but it says 2023. Let's talk about Night of the Hunted, a Shudder original movie. I just found it last night. On when I was on Shudder, but it's weird how I found it. But I decided to watch it, and I enjoyed it a lot. I will say, when I talk more about the movie, I fucking absolutely hated the killer. Absolutely hated his guts, how he was acting. Probably one of the most hated killers that I've ever seen in a movie. I just really disliked his character and the person he is playing. For some reason, I don't dislike Leatherface. I don't dislike Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees. I don't dislike Michael Myers or Chucky. I actually like them. But this guy I hated as the main killer villain in the movie. He did a lot of this in the movie. A lot of this shit. Talking on his walkie-talkie that he left in the gas station. A lot of fucking talking from him. He wouldn't stop talking. I wanted him to shut the fuck up and quit bitching and crying. That's all he did. Is bitch and cry about how miserable his life was and how he was getting back at the woman that he was like holding hostage in the damn gas station mini mart. He was holding her hostage because he kept saying to her, "You have secrets. I know you do. You're not telling me." And all this crap. He was a fucking nut stalker. I absolutely despised and fucking hated his character in the movie. Hated it. And hated him. The guy that played the role, the actor, I don't hate the actor, but oh man, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. If I was that actor, I doubt I would even take this role. It would be hard for me to play a fucking nut active shooter, mass shooter. That'd be hard for me to play that role. I don't think I could do it, but I'm not an actor. And I never claimed to be. Here's about the movie. Again, I found Night of the Haunted. It's a Shudder original. It's on Shudder. Check out Shudder if you don't have it. It's a streaming horror service. They got a lot of great movies on there from the 80s, 70s, and new movies from 2023, new releases. They also have a new movie coming up on Friday on Shudder. I forget the name, but I'm going to watch it. I found Night of the Hunted. I actually found it when it was suggested to me after I watched Joe Bob's Halloween. The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. Halloween. I was watching that. I decided to stop watching, and the movie was suggested to me, and I saw it was on Shudder. Went on my controller, pressed play, and watched it, and enjoyed a lot of it. Most of it. Out of 100%, I would say I enjoyed about 98%, but I hated the killer and the villain, absolutely fucking hated them. So here's what the description is. If you want to watch Night of the Haunted, I will talk about a few spoilers in a little bit. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to know the spoilers and what happens at the end, well, I'll wave my hands in the air when I talk about spoilers. And I'm not going to go like scene by scene over the whole damn movie. I'm not going to review the whole movie. This is just a let's talk about it show about Night of the Hunted. Not haunted, hunted. If I said haunted, I apologize. It's Night of the Hunted. Again, it's a Shudder original. Goes on to say, here's a description. When an uninspecting woman stops at a remote gas station. It was definitely remote because a lot of shit was happening, a lot of noise, and nobody was coming by to help. That was sad. There were, I'll talk about what some of the movie later, or in a minute. So she stops at a gas station at dead of night. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. She had a friend driver there that he comes up later in the movie. Their story and relationship. The main girl, the main actress, you could call her the final girl. Her and her driver, it's explained that they're more than friends, and they don't just know, like, barely know each other. They are a lot more than that. So anyways, it goes, she is made. She's made the plaything of a psychopath sniper with a secret vendetta. To survive, she must not only dodge his bullets, she must fight for her life, but also figure out who wants her dead and why. The fuck is he shooting at her, and why did he shoot her in the shoulder? So now I'm gonna get into the movie a little. I want to get the actress's name that played Alice. She was really good in it. I gotta find her name. So I don't know when this movie was available on Shudder, maybe a month ago, or I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I don't know. Or last week, I don't know, I just found it on Shudder. So I gotta find her name. Oh, I apologize, but I had to sneeze. Anyways. God, why can't I find the fucking cast? This is not the cast of... Like, Night of the Hunted was... I don't know, another fucking movie with that name, maybe? Why can't I find the fucking cast? So here it is. So the girl Alice is her character's name. She is... This stupid website asking me if I want to rate the movie. No, I don't. I'll rate it here and tell you if you should watch it or not. So the girl that plays Alice, her name is Camille Rowe. Camille Rowe, R-O-W-E. She was born in 1990. She's been in a couple other movies, I guess. I never heard of her, but she was really fucking good in Night of the Hunted. So Camille was really damn good. She went through a lot in this movie. Went through a fucking lot. So this is not. It was put on Shudder. It's a Shudder original, but to me, I didn't consider it a horror movie. I did not. I considered it a thriller. It was more like a fucking thriller that would make you really, or could piss off a lot of people watching it. And it pissed me off. The main killer, villain, I fucking hated him. How he's acting. But anyways, of course it was a movie. It was not real, but guess what? The subject matter in this movie, it's about a nut, sniper, mass shooter that hates the world and blames everybody else and just wants to kill because he's a psychopath fucking nut and needs help. And seriously, if you think like him and you have thoughts of killing or murdering people, get some fucking help immediately. Get help. Don't take it out on innocent fucking people that don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that in our society. Again, this movie, a couple times, it was hard to watch for me because of the mass shooter and all the mass shootings, all the gun violence in our society and country and world. I wouldn't even say the world. I'd say just the United States is out of control with gun violence and mass shootings. And it is fucking sad. Very sad. It's horrible. I hate it. I wish, honestly, that especially fucking automatic weapons like ARs, I wish they were banned. There's no reason for people to have them unless you're in the military. And that's it. That's my opinion. And at one point, I'm going to get to spoilers in a minute. And I'm not going to go from, I'll talk about some of the beginning of the movie, but I'm going to be like jumping all around to some parts of the movie I want to talk about. But this movie, again, is hard to watch. A lot of scenes, a lot of parts of it, a lot of shit the killer is saying. Again, I fucking hated him. And just absolutely wanted him dead right away when he started doing that and wouldn't shut up because he wanted attention. But this movie felt like, seriously, that it was like real. In real time, like you could have been watching a real time event happening. It was very sad. But also it was a well done, well made movie. The director, I don't know if I even want to mention him. But he's directed a lot of damn movies, I believe. And, yeah, he's done, I believe he directed or was involved with that movie, High Tension, or whatever the hell it's called, from like 2000, I don't know, 5 or something. But seriously, Night of the Haunted, it hit me hard watching it. It hit me hard because of fucking reality we have to live in America. It's sad as fuck. It's a sad state in America where people are fucking shot, killed, and murdered every day by criminals and wackos and just bad people, gang members, drug dealers, people that just have arguments, want to kill each other, which I will never understand, and you're a fucking coward if you can't do this to someone. You can't do this because you're too much of a coward. Instead, you gotta pull a fucking trigger and kill someone. You're a coward if you do that, and you can't fight anymore. When I grew up, late 80s, 90s, I have been in many fights in school and on the street. Many fights with other kids my age. And guess what? We did that. Or we boxed. Seriously, in my neighborhood, we had boxing matches. If you didn't like the other kids, you boxed each other or you fought with fists, not weapons and guns. Sad state of affair the United States is turned into with all the gun violence. Of course, it's always been around. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. People have always been murdered. But guess what? It's out of control. Now with the guns and the mass shootings is out of fucking control. And it should end and stop. But the coward Republicans will never want to vote for a good gun law bill. At least, fucking, you gotta do background checks on people that are crazy, and you don't do a background check on them, you just give them a gun. For if they're angry, the gun, they could use it, kill their parents, their brother or sister, or use a gun on themselves. Which I will never understand, why you can get a gun without a background check. And then they find out if you got a history of violence or domestic violence or being locked up. Seriously, you should not be able to own a gun if you got a record and you're nuts and you're angry. There's a lot of angry fucks in the United States that are nuts. And I'll never understand it. Because I'm not into guns. And I don't want to ever kill anybody. Even my worst enemy, I wouldn't want to kill, ever. But, yeah, it says it's a horror thriller, so I guess that's a genre, horror thrillers. At first, okay, I'm going to get spoilers now. Spoilers are coming. Movie starts with the girl Alice gets picked up. I thought it was like an Uber driver, but it's actually a guy she's having an affair with. And she has a boyfriend. I think it's her boyfriend. But anyway, she's cheating on him. Because she has a lot of pain inside of her. So anyways, I guess it came out, I don't know if this was a release date, October 20th, maybe, I don't know, a couple days ago, who knows. I want to find a good website about release info, I guess. It was released in a lot of different countries, September, October. What about America? So, I don't know when it was released. I can't find that info. But anyways, it's on Shudder, Night of the Hunted. So then, the guy driving her to the gas station, they're in a relationship. I didn't know it at the time. But she goes in the gas station. He tells her, like, pick me up some gum. And no one's there. Very strange. There's nobody working in the gas station at the cash register. No one's there. That's what I thought. I was like, what the fuck? Why are they gone? Then she, I actually buy some stuff, leaves $10, puts it on the counter, and starts to leave. Bam, she's shot in the fucking shoulder. Before she can get to the door, she's hit like a sniper rifle. Good God, can you imagine? One of those sniper rifles, bullets are like this long, going in your shoulder. Holy fuck. That would hurt like fucking hell, I'm sure. Immediately, she's bleeding a ton. Man, I felt sorry for her watching it. I was like, holy fuck. How is she gonna... And then when that happened, I was like, how's this movie gonna go? I didn't know. I was like, I don't like this, how it's going. Like, the story's gonna just be a nut trying to shoot her and kill her the whole movie with a gun. To me, that's not fucking horror. But it wasn't. It was a horror thriller. But I kept watching it. 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in. I didn't want to turn it off. And I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked on watching it. And I was into it. Not into the killer. Fuck him. I hated him. I wish he would have died within 5 minutes of the movie. But he did not. Then we went to a movie. If the killer got taken out right away. So I started liking it more during the middle of it. I was kind of like rooting for the girl big time. Rooting for Alice to get the fuck out of there and live or kill his ass. Like immediately find him, kill him. But she was a fighter. And instead of thriller, this was more of a, like, to me, old school revenge movie, like Death Wish or like Shudder. A couple years ago, I had the movie Revenge on it. Great fucking movie on Shudder called Revenge. I think it's from 2018, I think. I'm not sure. I could look it up, Revenge, but it's on, look up Revenge on Shudder. So I'll look it up now. Why not? But she's shot in her shoulder, very bad, bleeding very bad. She rips her like long sleeve shirt off, ties it around her arm to fucking survive. She has to do whatever it takes to survive. So she has it tied around the wound to stop the bleeding. And then the guy's just shooting a ton of bullets through the gas station windows, through the shelves, through cereal boxes and shit like that. And her friend in the car is playing rap music very loudly, I guess, because why the fuck couldn't he hear the bullets? What the fuck, man? You couldn't hear the bullets through the music in your car? When the bullets were like going right past your car into the windows? What the fuck? But he couldn't hear the bullets. He didn't have a clue. And before he goes into the gas station to try to find out what the fuck's taking her so long, why isn't she coming out? Well, her cell phone is like in the middle of the store. She has to crawl to try to grab it. She's having a hard time crawling because obviously you would, in a ton of fucking pain, being shot in the shoulder. She gets near her phone and the fucking dickhead asshole killer shoots her cell phone, so her phone's dead. Then her friend comes in and he's talking to her a little bit, and she's hiding behind a shelf. I gotta look up this other movie. And she's trying to talk to him, like, get out of here, stuff like that. And then he doesn't have a clue. He's standing up. She's trying to talk to him, and bam, he's shot in the fucking neck. He starts bleeding out a ton. He drops to the floor. He's gone. He's dead. He wasn't in the movie that long. He's gone. So then she's really fucked. Revenge came out in 2017 on Shudder. there's a poster. If you never saw Revenge, there's an actress in it. She went through fucking hell in that movie. But it was great. I loved it. I don't know why. I don't know, but I love revenge movies. Like, where a woman, or even a guy, like all the Death Wish movies, I fucking love those. Not just because they're revenge movies. Poor Charles Bronson, his character, my God, his family is killed. Or his wife was. And his daughter was just so abused. She had to go in a mental hospital to get help. And she wouldn't even speak anymore. But, yeah, Charles Bronson and Death Wish. The Death Wish franchise and series, they made 5 of them. And I love every one of them, but they're all the same. Someone close to them gets fucked with by, like, gang members and bad guys. His girlfriend dies in part 3. Part 2, I believe, he had another girlfriend or housekeeper close to him. She got fucking abused and killed. Part 4, he was dating a woman. Death Wish 4, he's dating a woman. Her daughter has an overdose because she's buying drugs. And then he goes and finds the drug dealers and kills them. Good fucking shit. I love the Death Wish films. Also, I'm a big fan of Charles Bronson. Very sad he's gone. He was in a ton of movies. Charles Bronson, a ton of movies that I loved. So again, here's a poster to Revenge. It says on it, Shudder Original. There it is. Great movie. It's called Revenge. And it's a great fucking revenge movie. So then, her lover, the guy she's in an affair with, sadly is dead. Alice then is really upset. Stupid asshole killer tries to keep talking on the walkie-talkie. And she's talking to her like, I need help. Let's say this is a walkie-talkie. She's like, please, call 911. Please, I need help. I've been shot. I'm in a store. I can't get out. The shooter is shooting at me from outside. And she didn't know from where at first. And the stupid guy, killer on the phone's like, I thought this would happen. He goes, okay, I called him. They're coming within 15 minutes. And then he's like, and then he basically reveals, no, they're not coming. I'm the killer. And then he keeps telling Alice, you're hiding something. You're not telling me. And then she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't fucking know me. You know nothing about me. And then he's like, oh, I know a lot about you. Like he's a fucking stalker. And he starts blabbing about conspiracy theories and acting crazy. And he starts yelling at her that you're a killer too, because you work for a pharmaceutical drug company. So you're killing people all the time with your fucking drugs and vaccines. He actually said that dumb shit. You're killing people with the vaccines. Guess what? I've had 5. I don't care. I'll reveal this. Because I'm not afraid of it. I'm not dead from the vaccine shots. If they are poison, I'd be dead. I feel fine. I'm here. And I got them about a month ago. Close to a month ago. The last one. The updated COVID booster. Seriously, that was my 5th COVID shot since 2021. But I felt fucking fine. As long as it saves my life and the people around me, I don't give them COVID and they're safe, I always get it. Because guess what? I don't want to die from a fucking pandemic illness. So anyways, yeah, he starts blabbing about she's killing people, she's a killer too, she's just doing it in a different way than him. And she's getting pissed, like, fuck you. You know nothing about me. And then she's like, I just work as a social media person for them. I don't make the drugs. I work in their social media. And that gets him even madder. He's like, that's even worse. You're spreading their propaganda then. You're spreading it. That's what he's mad about. So he's a nut mass shooter that is taking out on innocent people. Because he's a loser fuck. A dumb fuck, too. So, the whole movie, then she finds a woman, cashier, is dead on the floor in the gas station. She's trying to use her landline phone. It's dead. She presses a button for like 911 response. I guess, I don't know if every gas station has one of those buttons you can press to alert the cops. When there's like a robbery, they probably have them in every store. But anyways, I don't know. I've never been behind a gas station register, counter. I just go there to buy stuff. Speaking of gas stations, I want to get one of those giant, big, Slim Jims, a Savage size. That's on my mind. Anyways, so she's trapped the whole movie in the gas station. A guy comes in, acting like he's a co-worker or he's just fired. And he comes in telling her, I'm not the killer. How the fuck did she get killed? He can't believe it. He's like, what's happening? She grabs a hammer. She's holding onto a hammer. And before he came in, she put some alcohol sanitizer in her wound and glued it up. My God, that would hurt to put sanitizer on that. Glued it up and ripped her shirt again, wrap around it, and then she grabbed some pain pills or like Tylenol off the shelf to take them. So the guy's in there like, what the fuck happened? And she's like, how do I know you're not the killer? You could be him. And he's like, I'm not him. And she's like, where's your phone? Prove it. Call 911. And he's like, oh, it's in my car. Left his phone in the fucking car outside the door. But basically, she's like, go out there and get it. To prove to me you're not the killer. He goes out, he gets it. He almost gets it, and he's shot in the fucking head by the sicko killer. The sicko loser mass shooter. So he's dead. And then she breaks down. She doesn't know now what the fuck to do. Who's gonna come to help her if anybody decides to come? They're in the middle of fucking nowhere. So nobody can hear the fucking gunshots because I don't know where the fuck it is. In the woods, the damn store, but there's like one highway and no houses anywhere. That's pretty fucking creepy and freaky. To be driving on, I don't know, I wouldn't do it. Drive on one highway in the middle of the night going to a store. I wouldn't like doing that. So then, a cop car actually goes by with their lights on, but they don't stop. They keep going, and she pounds on the window like they were gonna fucking hear her. I doubt it, and they did not hear her. So then, another car comes by, tries to buy gas. And I guess the guy doesn't have good credit, because his card keeps getting denied, and he bangs on the fucking gas machine, and he's pissed, and he leaves. And then he gets on the walkie-talkie and tells her, oh, that guy is lucky. If his credit was better, he would have been dead. And then she's like, why are you doing this to me? Why? And then he starts blabbing his mouth about how angry he is. And then he yells at her that you're woke. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? You don't take your anger out on someone because you think they're woke, you fucking nut. And that's for anybody in society. You don't try to kill someone because you think they're woke and you don't like their views. My God. I guess some could call me woke for getting the vaccine. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. All I know is I'm protecting myself and my family from getting COVID or dying. I don't want to die. I love life. And I don't want my family to die. I love them. Same goes for my friends. I would promote it and tell them to get it, the vaccine too. So anyways, the movie goes on. And towards the end, family comes, or grandparents, and this guy buys gas. This older guy, I don't know if he's the parents or grandparents of a little girl they had in the back seat. But the guy gets out, sees a car, it's a broken window by the gas station. He goes, walks over, sees the guy's brains blown out, whatever you want to call it. Head, bat, absolutely brains exploded from a bullet. So then the guy sees it, he freaks out, and she's inside the store banging on the window. Before they showed up in the car to try to buy gas, before that, she tried to run outside and get out. And she was hanging behind a car. She tried to get in her friend's car, the guy she's having an affair with. She tried to get in it. She didn't know it had a fucking major gas leak. There's gas all over the floor that leaked out when he put the gas in. He had a bad gas leak. In the beginning of the movie, it was like, had the gas sign come on in the car, like, I don't know, that he was losing gas, or he was close to being out of gas, but he didn't know he had a gas leak until later, or I guess. He looked under the car, saw it was leaking gas, and he just kind of ignored it. Went back in the fucking car to listen to music, which was dumb. But what can you do if that happens? You can't really fix a gas leak unless you're like a mechanic and you know how to do that shit. I don't know how to fix a gas leak out of a car. But she tried to get in the car. He started shooting at the car. So she ran back in this store, and sadly, she was shot in the fucking leg. So now she has 2 bullet shot wounds. She can't even walk anymore. She's barely crawling. And then she's crawling, and I believe took some more pain pills or took something probably to make the pain go away, because you would fucking have to. Anyways, then I'm talking about like the whole movie just about. But then she's banging on the window for the old guy to get out of there, get the fuck out of there. But he can't hear her, and he's shot in the back. And he's crawling and crawling. The fucking killer shoots him again, so he's dead. And his poor wife comes out, an older woman, sees him dead. She's like trying to move him and tell him to get up. I don't know. She couldn't believe he was gone. But then, poor woman, his wife gets shot in the parking lot of the gas station. And Alice inside's very upset. She can't believe it. Like, how the fuck could someone be so evil to keep shooting all these innocent people? again, I will never know why nuts want to just buy guns and think that's going to solve their problem. Make your pain go away. Well, guess what? It doesn't, because you just end your life or you get shot. And then hopefully you're burning in hell if you do that. If you were a mass shooter or shot anybody for no reason, innocent people, you deserve to burn in hell. But then Alice, still trapped in the store, the poor little girl comes out of the car. She's banging the window like, no, 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 don't come out. Get back in the car. The little girl can't hear her. She writes with a marker, I think on I don't know, some type of paper, toilet paper maybe. I don't know, but she wrote a message, put it up to the window, told the little girl, please get back in the car. The little girl goes back in the car, and Alice is like this, lay down, lay down, lay down. Save yourself, please. Because Alice didn't want the little girl to get shot. And during the movie, before that, before the scene when the little girl showed up in the car with her family, before that, the nut was on the walkie-talkie talking to her, and then she's saying, I can't have kids, stuff like that, and he goes, oh, you don't want children because you only care about yourself and all this shit. You only care about yourself over everyone else in your life, like he knows her. And then she says, I can't have kids, asshole, and he goes, you're lying, and he's like, you probably had a couple abortions, I bet, and shit like that. And who gives a fuck if she did or any woman did? I don't care. That's their choice if they want an abortion. It's not my choice. It's not for me to judge them or tell them what the fuck they can do with their own body, you dumb fuck, in the movie. And if you think like that in real life, you're a dumb motherfucker. Because it's not your choice. Anyways, back to the movie. So, then, the little girl, the nut is on the walkie-talkie, and before that, she tried cutting through a master lock on the back door where it says employees enter. She kept trying to cut through the metal. It was like very thick. It was like maybe not this thick, but it was a thick fucking lock. Thick. She kept trying to cut through it with like a little bone saw, and she ripped out of the store and ripped out of a package. She couldn't cut through it. She actually cut her other hand and her finger. A ton of blood started squirting out. But then the little girl, the nut tells her on the walkie-talkie, you can come out of the store and take your killing, basically. Give yourself up to be killed. What the fuck? That's not an option. Not for me. And she didn't want to do it either. And she goes, okay, I'll give myself up. To save the little girl, I'll do it. You do not shoot the little girl, motherfucker. I'm coming out. She comes out, and like hands up, and the little girl gets out of the car, starts running at her to get in the store, and grabs her, picks her up in her arms. Thank God the fuck didn't shoot her. Because let me tell you something. If in this movie, Night of the Hunted, if the shooter nut, murderer, if he would have shot the little girl, I swear I would have definitely turned the movie off. I wouldn't have liked that. I would have turned the movie off. You don't do that shit. I don't care if it's a movie. That's too far. That's going too far in my opinion. So in a lot of horror movies, you don't see kids getting violently killed because guess what? That's going way too far. My opinion. That's just going way too far. You don't kill kids violently in movies. And especially with a gun. Again, if the little girl would have got shot, I would have turned the movie off. So then Alice and the little girl are in the store. She cuts through the lock, gets to the back room, puts the little girl under the stairs to hide, and says, if you get scared, start singing a song very quietly. So then Alice is back in the store hiding behind a shelf. The killer says, I'm coming down. He comes down. He was hiding by a billboard, like above the ground. It said, God is nowhere. Or something like that, I think the billboard said. So then he comes in the store. He's trying to find her. He can't find her. Alice made a giant, pole weapon. Pushes it right through his side into his ribs. That made me fucking really happy. I was like, yes, please, yes, kill his ass. Because I really wanted him dead. Again, I hated the killer and I hated him. I know he's playing a killer and villain, but I absolutely hated his character with a passion. And really wanted him dead. And really wanted Alice to get her fucking revenge on him. Because he was wrong. He was absolutely wrong for picking on innocent people, killing them, and trying to kill Alice. Just because he thought, I don't know what the fuck he thought. He was playing a game with her. I don't know what he wanted out of her. For her to tell him she wasn't perfect and fucked up in her life or something. I don't know what the nut wanted. He's just a nut. Insane, crazy man. That people like that in real life should just get the electric chair and should not exist in society, period. But Alice, then somehow she stabs him in his side, and she picks up a weapon when he throws her through a glass door in the store. She can barely stand, and she stabs him, I think, in the neck or somewhere. She tried taking his ski mask off. He didn't like that. He didn't want to be seen by her. But then back into the back of the store, and then they're fighting over his gun. Alice got his gun, shot in the air. They're fighting over his gun in the air, holding it, trying to take it away from each other. Then they don't show them fighting with the gun. They should just show the little girl how upset and shocked she looks. I can't imagine hearing that as a kid. All that violence. But then the gun goes off a second time, and they don't show you. With the camera, they do not show you, was Alice shot dead. I thought she was gone. She falls on the floor, and the killer comes in the back room, finds the little girl, but guess what? This was awesome. This was great. This is why I love revenge movies. Alice is not dead. I guess the gun just went off in the air again, and it's probably out of bullets. I don't know. But Alice gets up. She was not shot. She gets up, and he tells the little girl, you're safe now. And Alice gets up, just starts bashing his head in with the fire extinguisher, hitting him in the head and in the face. And there's what the hell they call those little trucks? I can't think of it, but they lift stuff. Those little trucks, so you drive around, they can lift crates. Anyway, she starts lowering a crate. She sits on top of the killer, and the crate is lowering over his head and his face. She's trying to take off his mask. He's trying to keep it on. And then the crate lowers and lowers, and She had her hands in there a pretty long time. I thought for sure her hands were going to get crushed, but she pulled them out. And this was great. What a great kill. What great revenge by Alice. The machine crushes his skull, crushes his heads roll, head foo, skull crush. He gets his skull crushed into the concrete. That was a great kill. Great end of the movie. And then Alice is all bloody, blood coming out of her mouth, just sitting on the floor. I don't know what happened to her. I don't think she died, but maybe she did. I don't know. They just show Alice looking like, holy fuck, I'm tired, I'm beaten up, and just sitting there in shock. Not moving, barely. And then they take the camera away from Alice, and like she told the little girl earlier, or I think she said at the end of the movie, she said, run. Just run. Or the little girl knew, I gotta run. She goes to the road, to the highway, and starts walking away. The credits start rolling. The little girl then starts running down the road to somewhere to get help. What a movie. Night of the Hunted. What a movie. Again, it hit home big time with me. It wasn't just a fantasy type horror movie. It felt legit real, like it could happen. And I guess, I don't know, a lot of movies you watch, I guess some can feel real, but this one really felt real. And again, it's about a nut mass shooter loser that hates his life. Another very real movie about like a mass shooter that hit me hard when I watched it. It was really good. Think it's still on Max. I'm not sure, but Jenna Ortega was in it. She's great. It's actually the first ever movie I saw of her in a movie. She was in this. Way before she's in Scream and stuff like that. Way before she's in Addams Family as Wednesday Addams. Gotta find the name. It was, maybe it's no, it wasn't her first movie. Why can't I find it? It was called The Fallout. Really good movie. The Fallout is a 2021 American drama film. Again, it's about a school shooter, and it's tough to watch. Really tough to watch, but a very well done movie. And Jenna Ortega's great in it. Really good. It's called The Fallout. Check it out on Max. I think it's still on there. Anyways, my final review for Night of the Hunted. I give it 5 stars, and I say check it out because it's a great end. Guy gets, the killer, the scumbag, gets his fucking head crushed and what he deserved. Check it out, Night of the Hunted. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk About It, Night of the Hunted. Bye for now.